Welcome back to another episode of Bromance. I'm Ryan, and today we had Brenda Kramer on the pod. We first started off talking about the NBA playoffs. It is 11:30 at night. I have not edited the pod yet, but I will say if you're not an NBA fan, I would skip to like 20, maybe 25-ish minutes. We were talking about it for a while. We then moved on to Would You Rather questions. We then recapped the thing for a little bit. I asked her a bunch of questions, and then we finished with questions from people. That is it. I hope you guys enjoy. Yeah. Going on you with the pick and roll. Younger flame here in sicko mode. Welcome back to another episode of Bromance. I'm Ryan, and today we got Brenda Kramer on the pod. Brenda, how we doing?
Recovering. but good. Couple days out of the thing, I'm finally starting to turn things around.
I can imagine. on a podcast in 2019 on the Everything Dodgeball podcast.
Ooh, yeah, something like that. Mm-hmm.
You had mentioned that you would never be more sore than a CrossFit competition. Is that still true?
Yes.
Okay.
I've never been more sore than that.
That's one of the things I listened to and I stored it away. I'm like, I have to ask this on the pod.
But that's crazy. That was like six-ish years ago, or oh my God, 7 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't train like that anymore, which is probably for the best, but yeah. I used to do like local CrossFit competitions and would just leave them like questioning my life. But yeah, I've never been more sore than that. Dodgeball doesn't get me that sore.
I can imagine. Yeah, so today is Wednesday. It is April 21st. Brenda, how cold do you think it was in Connecticut this morning?
This morning, 24 degrees.
Close, 25 degrees when I woke up.
Dang.
Do you want to guess what the high was last week?
Last week? 48.
I think it was like 83 degrees.
What is that?
Sucks. Sucks. Like I actually have a tan from last week. And then this morning I'm like, gotta go out, start my car in the morning, 4:15 in the morning.
I don't know how y'all East Coasters do that. Like I'm over here in San Diego, and if it's like even below 60, full sweats, probably a beanie, complaining. I don't get it. You guys are built different.
San Diego weather sounds nice.
It's pretty nice, yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to some sports. Brenda, you're a Lakers fan. Let's talk about your Lakers.
The thing about it is being a Lakers fan is not for the faint of heart. And in the LeBron era, you never really knew or know what you're gonna get. And so like when the playoffs started this year and we're out Luka and we're out Austin, there's a part of me in the back of my head that's like, yeah, like LeBron, he's still got it. Like, fully not believing that he could actually, at 41 years old, like win us a series,
Mm-hmm.
But something's happening. I'm not someone that's like, oh, like, yeah, like they're gonna win the championship, whatever, like keep it one thing at a time. But like I like what I'm seeing.
Do you want to hear from a not Lakers fan?
Let me hang up real quick. Yeah, go for it.
All right, I'm a LeBron hater. I hate LeBron. I loved LeBron when I was in like middle school and he got drafted. I liked him when he was on the Cavs. I hated him when he went to the Heat. Like, I hated that move. And then when he went back to Cleveland, I'm like, awesome, love it. Like, LeBron fan again. And then he left. A long story short, though, about this season, I think JJ Redick is like a very, very good head coach. Like, Really good head coach. I used to love JJ Redick. I used to live in Florida and
Mm.
I used to live in Orlando actually, and huge Magic fan until I moved up to Connecticut. So JJ Redick, white guy in Orlando, me, white guy, middle school. I'm cutting my
Kind
hair
of look like
short.
him.
Yeah, I'm spiking my hair up just like JJ Redick. I got everything but the facial hair and tattoos. So I love JJ Redick. Good coach. I think this is a good series for them, even though that they're missing Luca and AR-15. It helps that they're playing the Rockets because the Rockets can't score like at all.
Offense is anemic. I think JJ Redick has gotten overlooked over the last 2 years. And it's funny because the Lakers came into the season and they just people hated on them. And I think obviously that comes with the idea that there's this Lakers exceptionalism to begin with. So I think people either hate the Lakers or they love the Lakers. There's very few people in the middle. Um, but I think what JJ's been able to do this season, I mean, there we have had, I say we, me, I'm on the team. We've had periods of time where it's like we'll go 15-2, 15-3. Like a team's not going to do that unless there's really good chemistry and there's, this next man up mentality. And I think the Lakers are showing that right now. So, up 2-0, going to Houston, see how it goes. I'm not getting my hopes up. They'll probably get spanked in Houston. I mean, that happens, right, in the playoffs, no matter what. Um, but we get Austin and Luca back. It's my hopes might go up.
I think they'll definitely win one in Houston, and that's all you need to do as a road team for
Yeah.
game three and game four. But yeah, I mean, I think they'll win the series. I was talking to one of my friends who was a huge Lakers fan last year, and I had him on this podcast when this was only like sports, not dodgeball
Mm.
podcast. And he's like, "Yeah, dude, we're gonna win the whole thing." And I'm like, "Terrell, what? No way, dude! Like, let me talk you off the ledge here a little bit."
Soon as game one happened last year, and the Wolves came out and put a smackdown on us, I was like, we're done. I think they were unprepared. I know Austin was nursing an injury. They have a different sense to them this season, and Marcus Smart like brings this energy that we just didn't have before. Luke Kennard, our Lord and Savior, like it, it's so funny because it's like, yeah, JJ played at Duke, Luke Kennard played at Duke. He probably got Luke in and was like, "Hey, I need you to like tap back into your Duke days and like drive the ball to the bat, like actually like do athletic basketball things." And he's like, "All right, cool." So we're seeing this version of the Lakers right now that we haven't seen this season because Luka is like a heliocentric player, and I love Luka. Like I think he gets a really bad rap, and that's not to say that he hasn't earned that because he is kind of a shit. Like he also comes to seasons out of shape. Like all those things can be true, but I think what he does on the basketball court is magical. And what we as the Lakers have been able to do to withstand losing him right now, it's just like I can't believe it. So excited. I just love the NBA playoffs in general. So I've just been like, kind of dialed in, and it's interesting how, at this time of the season, like regardless of what teams, you know, who's the 1 seed, who's the 8 seed, whatever, all that goes out the window. And that is kind of like dodgeball too. And I'm sure we'll get into that. But it's like when it comes down to the playoffs, like it doesn't matter if you're the 8 seed or the 1 seed. Like, can you show up when it matters the most?
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I think in Minnesota there was what the 1 seed got upset. I think like the 2 seed got upset. Fallout was a 12 seed and we made it all the way to the finals. So it was just like it looked like a March Madness bracket.
It's my bracket died so quickly this year, but yeah, it's because of teams like fallout.
How do we feel about the rest of the NBA playoffs? Do we have any predictions of who's going to come out of each conference?
I'm a Celtics hater. So,
Me too.
yeah, okay, we can agree on something. That's great. Um, I'd like to see, do I realistically think the Lakers can beat OKC? No. Like, I don't. So if I'm being realistic, it's probably going to be OKC on the West, and on the East, probably the East is so hard. It's like, okay, which team is going to have the least injuries by the end? So maybe the Celtics, maybe the Knicks if they can get their act together and not lose to Atlanta anymore.
I'm
But we'll
trying,
see.
Jennifer.
We'll see. I'm trying, Jennifer. He tried. He did it. He
He
did
did.
it.
He did. Yeah, I think
Good.
uh I think out of the West, I feel like the Spurs are tough. Wembanyama, he got that concussion. And I'm one of those people, I feel like most people are not like this. They'll see a video online and it will very clearly be AI. And they'll be like, dude, did you see this? I'm like, you're such an idiot. That's AI. And I saw the Wembanyama fall and I was like, that's fake. Like, that's 1,000,000% fake. And I saw like 5 different angles. I'm like, holy shit, that's real. Like, this dude fell 7.5 feet and just banged his head on the floor.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's out at least the next 2 games, because a concussion like that, and that's not just a concussion. I mean, like his jaw's probably broken, or he's got to have some kind of like he's not going to be right the rest of the playoffs, and that's huge because the Spurs can't do anything without him. I personally, I didn't think that they were going to do much even with him this year, but now they don't have a chance.
I think they'll win the series. I think they're a one season too early team right now. Like, they remind me a lot of OKC 2 years ago when they lost to the Mavericks right
Hmm.
in the Western Conference Finals. And then last year they just beat the shit out of everyone.
Hmm.
I think that's what the Spurs are going to be like next year. I would still say that out of the West, I would definitely say Thunder. It's theirs to lose still as the defending champs. And the East, starting from top to bottom, I think the Pistons low key are frauds. And I know
Yep.
I know as a Knicks
No, I
fan, you're
agree.
gonna be like, dude, they beat you guys 4 times this year. Like, yeah, definitely, but I mean they had 35 points with 2 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Like, they can't score. They don't have a second score.
Yeah,
I think the Celtics are good, but I think that they're a cute team. Like, they'll win cute and they'll lose cute. Like, they're going to shoot a million threes. If they fall, they're going to win. If they don't fall, they're going to lose. I think the Knicks are one of those teams that they have so much experience on their team that once it comes time to playoffs, they flip that switch. Like Cat, he's made the Western Conference Finals, he's made the Eastern Conference Finals. OG Anunoby has won an NBA Finals with the Raptors like 7 years ago. Jalen Brunson's really good in the playoffs, like super clutch player. Josh Hart has a lot of experience under his belt. Like, I think they can flip the switch. Yeah, they lost to the Hawks at home, shitty loss. Not the best coaching. Fourth quarter rotation, burning your timeout. You know, not the greatest. I think they'll win. I think it's going to come down to whoever wins that Knicks Celtics second round series.
I think if Tatum is seeing ghosts, which he might, I think the Knicks could take it. I'm not as like I'm not a Celtics fan. I'm a number one hater, and I don't see them winning this year. And I like the Knicks for a lot of the reasons you said. I also really like Josh Hart, former Laker. Um, I like his
Jordan
hustle and
Clarkson,
his Jordan Clarkson, former Laker. What, you guys just take all of our former players that we
for like the
traded away
Mets.
for AD? Yeah, they're the team on the East that I like to root for. Like I like watching the Knicks play. I really like Jalen Brunson. I like Cat. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I think we are kind of stuck in a timeline of OKC dominance, sadly, but that's not for that's not for their lack of trying, right? Like Sam Presti was like, here's my 10-year plan, and he's now executing it. And like, you can hate him, you can hate the product because it's fun to hate the teams that you don't like, but you can't knock the process of it.
Yeah,
So,
bro literally had a 10-year picture board out and he followed it.
hmm and all these other teams, Lakers included, who gave up on players either too early or traded them. I mean, what, like, why are you trading Jared McCain? Like, what is what are the Sixers do?
That was
Like,
wild. If
it's
if
crazy. It's crazy.
if Sam Presti's calling you and he wants a player in your team, hang the phone up. Do not accept that man's phone call.
That's so bad. That is so bad. But yeah, I mean, Alex Caruso, like Hartenstein.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The one that got away.
Yeah. Same. I watched Caruso and I'm like, you were so instrumental in our 2020 championship.
Yep, yep.
And
When
we
they're
let
all
you
about
go.
defense.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, we got the NFL draft tomorrow. Who do you like for NFL? Because I'm assuming you like football too.
What's funny is I love fantasy football, and I'll sit in front of my TV on a Sunday and watch every single game. And I have Sunday ticket, and just like, I'll get my workout in early so I can sit in front of the TV at 10 a.m. and just like not move. But I'm not as like diehard for any specific team. Um, but when it comes to like fantasy and stuff, like I'll do my research and be like, okay, this is who I want to draft and yada yada. So, I mean, the NFL is just a constant drama factory and storylines. So, even if some team picks a high draft pick, there's a very good likelihood that they're not going to pan out. So I don't really buy in or like care until they've gotten preseason done and the season actually starts.
hmm Okay, okay. So you don't have any teams. Do you have anyone like that's coming out in this draft, or you're like, I think this guy's gonna be really good?
I would say like if I had to pick a team, I would say like the Bills are a team that I like to follow the
Ooh,
most.
okay.
Yeah, because I really like Josh Allen. So like I'll follow players in the NFL more than I'll follow um, specific teams. In this draft, I, I haven't dug into too deep into it um, to really give a take, but I'll see who the Bills choose, and then I'll be like, yeah, that's my new favorite person.
That's very fair. I think the only like for sure player coming out of this draft is a running back. I forget his first name. It's not Julian. It starts with a J, but some J Love. Um, Absolute nasty running back. I was listening to a bunch of podcasts and they're like, yeah, he's like that Saquon Bijan coming out of college, skill level. So have Love on your board
All
for
right, I'm gonna
fantasy.
write that down. I'll write
Love,
that down.
really good. I think he's going to go to Commanders. I hope he doesn't as an Eagles fan, but I think that's where he's going.
What do you think of the Eagles right now? Aren't they about to trade AJ Brown away? Which I
You know
guess might be
what?
a good thing.
Yeah, I kind of hope that they do at this point. I think their window has closed. I think they'll still win their conference probably, or it's always them and Dallas. At the end of every year, they need to get a healthier offensive line. They're definitely on the older side.
Hmm.
They're like that ground and pound game ever since that they've been that for a while, but ever since they've signed Saquon, it's like yeah, we're just gonna run the rock, which I'm okay with. Like control the clock, um, make aggressive play calls. You got the tush push. You have an awesome defense with a great defensive coordinator. So I mean, it's not sexy football, but that's winning football.
I'm not a huge Eagles fan, but I appreciate the hope in your team. And Dallas Goddard always does well for me when I pick him up in round like 13. So
Love Dallas Goddard. Love Dallas
I
Goddard.
think he like just single-handedly won me a couple weeks last year.
Let's go. Let's go. All right. Do we have any other sports takes before we get into Would You Rather?
Dodgers look good.
Dodgers are going to win again.
You said it, not me.
I mean, it must be nice being a Dodgers fan because like there is no salary cap. And I don't want to hear this bullshit like gotta stay under the certain number because of luxury tax. Like if you own an MLB team and there's no penalty other than just paying even more money for a player, like yeah, go spend $800 million on Shohei Ohtani. Like if you want to win, like it's right there.
But here's the thing is that non-Dodgers fan, I watch every single game. Every single game of the season. Non-Dodgers fans will look at the roster and be like, y'all paid for your team, like Shohei this, Shohei that. It's our everyday, like not super well-known players that win us games. Like freaking Miguel Rojas with a ninth inning miracle home run last year. My friends and I in our group chats talk shit about Miguel Rojas, like get him off our team, da da da, and he's the hero. And it's like that's what the Dodgers are all about. So like the facade of like, I mean, yeah, does it help to have ownership that will just throw money at players? Like, yeah, of course. But baseball's not just like a one person sport. Like, yeah, you can also have a sick closer, but if your team isn't winning going into the ninth inning, like you're never gonna play them. So that's me defending the defending the Dodgers and
No,
their money spending.
that's fair. I mean, if I'm trying to remember correctly, I think Shohei was like under 200 last year in the World Series. So I'm looking at his
Hmm.
numbers right now. One hit, four hits. I mean, that's a really good game. No hits, no hits, one hit, two hits, but five plate appearances that game. So I mean, he definitely batted like under 200 for the World Series.
Hmm.
So
It's exactly. It's like but it's also like kind of the name recognition of it, where it's like, I mean, he's a superstar. He's the most popular player in the league. Like, it's gonna cause people to have conversations about it. But at the end of the day, it's like, the Dodgers don't win the 2024 championship without adversity and without the Yankees throwing up all over themselves. Like, no offense, but
that is very fair.
and that wasn't Shohei. That was
Aaron Judge,
a fifth inning
Rizzo,
of
no one
Aaron
covering the
Judge.
first base.
Exactly.
But who remembers that?
Every detail of it, but it's fine.
Yep, yep. No, we were talking beforehand, but yeah, not Lakers. Yankees lost cause. Don't believe
Yeah,
in them.
it's okay.
It's all right. All right, that is sports talk. Let's move on to Would You Rather. We got a bunch of Would You Rather's. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All of these are pretty good. How to filter out some of them that we couldn't put in the pod.
It's after dark.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, let's move on to our first one. Would you rather from Amanda? Would you rather dunk on someone's grandma for 10K and live with the reputation of an elder abuser, or get dunked on by someone's grandma for 10K and live with the shame of getting dunked on by a grandma?
Okay. Well, I'm getting money either way. But I think I would prefer to get dunked on. Um, because that's just like a funny story to tell.
I don't know if you saw my Instagram story today, but it's me 400 pounds dunking on a grandma.
I did see that. So you would dunk on the grandma. I would get
Yeah,
dunked on by the grandma.
yep, yep. I said something in the group chat. Not safe for the pod, but yeah, I'm dunking on someone's grandma.
And
All
we're
right,
both $10,000 richer, so we're good.
exactly. Next one from Jackson. Would you rather lose to the Blazers in a playoff series embarrassingly or trade Luca to the Blazers?
I'd rather lose to the Blazers in a playoff series, embarrassingly. Um, the amount of sadness that I've experienced watching the Lakers over the last few years, uh, having the Nuggets like dunk on their grandma and wear the grandma, it's fine. I've seen sadder things.
Side question. When you saw the Luca AD trade, did you think that was real?
Okay, so what's crazy is I was at my girlfriend's house and we had just beat the Knicks and it was such a good game. And I was like, wow, like the team's coming together. Like this is so good. And I wear an Apple Watch. So normally I have my watch on. So I have like Shams like alerts on. I didn't have my watch on that night. So my phone's in the other room. I'm just chilling like maybe 45 minutes after the game. Cause it was like not that long after the game. I'm just like chilling. I just pick up my phone for a second. I look at it and I'm like, because as a Lakers fan, you see any Shams Lakers alerts and you're like, oh, like what's going on? I look at it and I'm like, Lakers are trading Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a first round pick to the Dallas Mavericks for Luka. I was like, I didn't think he got hacked, but I was so like caught off guard. I think I just immediately like turned on a Lakers space on X or Twitter. And I was just like, I had to like listen to other like diehard fans process this in real time. And I think I listened to something for it was like hours that people were just like, did did Rob Pelinka just save our franchise like on at 10 p.m. on a Saturday night? Like, did we just set ourselves up for the next 10 years? It was crazy. So yes, it was a big night for a Lakers fan.
So my son was just born. I think he was only a few weeks old. So I was night duty until like 2 a.m. So the Knicks just played the Lakers and it's late and I'm watching like ESPN at night. It's like 1 a.m. and I see
Mhm.
the tweet and I'm like, no, this is fake. This is like I got into Sham's Twitter, like I'm tweeting something. And then Shams, like 5 minutes later, like I did not get hacked. I'm like, there's no way Nico Harrison can be this stupid. Like I'm some idiot sitting at home, like living in Connecticut. And I'm like, there's no way that he made this trade. Like, there's no way he made this trade. And sure as shit, he made the trade.
And it was such a bad trade. You didn't even get our we had two first round picks to play with, and you didn't even get both of them.
Yeah, yeah,
And AD was injured when we traded him.
yeah, yeah. And
As a Lakers fan, you watch AD and you're like, he's gonna get hurt no matter what. What are you thinking?
damaged goods.
Sadly, I mean, I always, I always wanted AD to be successful, but I was like, I'd rather him be successful on a different team. So I
Okay.
was not upset about that trade.
After you win the finals with the Lakers, like you're free to do whatever, I guess, at that point.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, next, would you rather from Aggie? Would you rather get free courtside Lakers tickets, but you have to be in full Clippers merch, or sit in nosebleeds in full Lakers gear?
Live full of nosebleeds, full Lakers gear. I'm not getting photographed. It's fun. My dad's a really big Clippers fan. So we grew up in LA and he chose and one of my best friends, he's a Clippers fan too. So we just talk shit all the time. But I would never let them catch me dead wearing Clipper stuff.
I think I think if I were to get the same offer, but I had to wear Nets gear courtside at Knicks games, I'm doing it 1,000,000%. Those seats are insane. I get the experience like every night, and they could be like, "Dude, what's your problem?" And I could just be like, "Oh, I lost a bet." I'm like, "Oh, okay." Like, dude, I didn't even pay for these seats.
I mean, if you get to say I lost a bet, maybe, but if you don't get to say you lost a bet and you just show up looking like a turd, I wouldn't do that. There's no way.
That's wild. Your dad is a Clippers fan.
Huge Clippers fan.
Wow.
Hmm.
And Joey?
Joey Kramer?
Mhm.
We just share the same last name. We're
Wait,
not related though.
are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I do
I
have a
thought you
cousin named Joey though.
I thought you guys were brother and sister this whole time.
Nope. Breaking
Okay.
news.
You learn something new every day.
Yeah.
There was definitely 10 people just now. They're like, what the fuck?
100%. Oh, people ask me that all the time. I'm like, not my brother, but great last name.
I was gonna sneak in like a brother question, and I'm glad I didn't now.
If you did, my non-dodgeball playing brother would be like, "What?"
That's funny. All right, next one from Mackenzie. Would you rather always have the feeling that your foot is asleep or always have the feeling that you have to sneeze?
Ooh, that's rough. Mm, probably always feel like I have to sneeze because I need my feet to work,
I'm going with,
and
yeah, same here.
that you can just deal with. You just take drugs for that.
Yeah, yeah, I'm going with that one too. All right, and last one from Pierce. Would you rather no Diet Coke, but you can play dodgeball for a year, or no dodgeball, but you can have Diet Coke for a year?
That's so mean.
Big DC
um,
girl?
huge, huge. I gotta go. No Diet Coke. I can't believe I'm saying that.
You
But
could
yeah,
just change to like, I don't know, Celsius or like Red Bull, maybe some other sort of.
I'm a big uh Pibb Zero fan. They re-released like Mr. Pibb, but then now it's just Pibb. But they have like Pibb Zero, and I got a whole case in my fridge. So I would give up Diet Coke for Pibb Zero and Dodgeball.
That's an easy one. That's an easy
So
one.
easy.
All right, that's it for Would You Rather. Let's move on to recapping the thing. So, for anyone who doesn't know, what is the thing?
What's funny is that so it's a dodgeball tournament in Seattle. It's been around since 2022. Um, I actually found out this weekend the origin of the thing and kind of why it was started. Um, I don't know if you ever had Lucas or Brandon Officer on your podcast, but they'll probably have a way better explanation of it than I'm about to say. But basically, there was a tournament in I think 2022 or 2021 called FDC where uh, on the men's side, Fortune, I think, I'm trying to remember what Brandon told me. Basically, they had back to back to back to back really hard games against like top teams to eventually make it to the finals. And Lou, I think, really liked that sort of competitiveness throughout, every playoff round. And I think he wanted to create a tournament that had that feeling throughout the entire thing. Um, so I think I'm telling that story right, but uh, that's the origin of the thing tournament. And it's been going on since 2022. And that was the first one I ever went to.
And you went to that one with Valkyrie?
No, that one I went to with Finesse, and we won the first one.
Awesome.
We played Reckless in the finals, I think. And it's really cool because it's the top ish six or five or six teams from Canada and the top five or six teams from the US that come together and have this sort of like top level competition.
Yeah, I love the idea. When I first heard about it, I'm like, this is sick. I only have two things on my bucket list left in
Mhm.
dodgeball, and that is 1,000,000% one of them.
What's the other one?
Going to Worlds. So
Love that.
let's go. My next question was this your first time playing at the thing? Actually, we just kind of talked about that. So, how many times have you gone to the thing?
This was my third actually. So I've played with three different teams. So finesse, invasion, and frenzy.
Okay, nice, nice. And I mean, I'm assuming that the first one had to be your most memorable.
Yeah, definitely. And not just for the fact that it was like a brand new tournament, but it was one of like the first times that like post COVID that like we were having this Canadian US mishmash competition. Um and I just remember it being like, oh, we're playing against the best teams in Canada in the US while we're in the US. Like this is really cool. Um and I still feel that same way. Like even at over the weekend, I was like, yeah, this is still like such a badass thing that we get to do.
Was kickoff and Clash a thing yet before the thing, or did that start afterwards?
So that started afterwards. Um, that started post 2022 Worlds.
So it
I want to
really
say
was like we're in
2023.
Seattle, we're playing Canadians, and they're like come to our territory.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next question. Pretty just generic question. Overall, how was the thing this year?
It was great. I mean, top to bottom, I think it's ran really well. I think Dodgeball Seattle does a really, really good job of taking care of the players and at least trying to, you know, hear our needs and you know provide new balls and like all these different things. So I think it was ran really well. The level of competition was really, really high. um I remember chatting with like Crystal, who was playing for Fang, and just being like, this is kind of the first time we've felt that a dodgeball tournament has had that sort of high level feeling in a really long time.
Who was on Finesse in 2022? I'm sorry, I'm kind of going back here a little bit.
No, that's part of the reason I want to do this podcast with you is to kind of like give whoever's listening like a little bit of a history lesson.
Yeah, this had to be like Ashley Cook, right?
Ashley Cook, me, Crystal Briones, Karina Mezcua, Alyssa Pandolfi, Brianna London, Kayla Cison, and I think that was it. I think and Paige Peterson. I don't remember. Paige definitely had to be there. So like legends.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, that was the team we brought.
Yeah, and I think most of them, if not all of them, came to the thing this year. Besides Ashley, just all on different teams.
Yep, everyone except Ashley.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so who did you play with, and who was on your team this year?
So I played with Frenzy, and then my team. Uh, so it's we carry Canadians on our team, like rostered players anyway. But the group we brought uh, to the thing was Taylor from original like Frenzy. Taylor, me, Paige, Ray, and Karen and Mira, and Char, who's from Canada also. And then we picked up Shade, who is on Valkyrie and the coach of Team Canada, and Cynthia Lee, who is also on Valkyrie and Team Canada. Because Valkyrie wasn't going to be able to make it. So as soon as I found that out, I was like, let me just slide in the DMs real quick.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, I think we could pick up Cynthia and Shade. Okay, yeah, let's do
I'm like, we're bringing them. Okay, cool. Sounds good.
it. Yeah. Yeah, we had a 4 hour long podcast last week. Josh Eustace, Bo, and I, and we were kind of going through all the teams, and we did a draft beforehand. Not gonna lie, didn't really go through any of the teams. I was just like, yeah, these players are gonna be there for sure. And then after the draft, we went through every single player on every single team, and I was like, oh shit, Frenzy is loaded.
Yeah, I listened to it. That was my plain uh accompaniment. So I heard it and I was like, oh, he didn't look at the
No,
rosters.
I did say I said Invasion is coming off a heater, so I did
You
pick
weren't
them.
wrong.
And then when we went into Frenzy, I'm like, I'm gonna make a mistake here, guys.
You didn't.
Yeah, so let's
turns
let's
out.
kind of just move right on to the next question. What player slash team stuck out to you? So I'm assuming Invasion had to.
Yeah, I mean they always do. They always figure it out during playoffs, no matter what. And so it's like they could come in last during round robin and they'll work their way back up. Like they're never gonna get out early. Um, I was really excited to play against Rogue because I really, really enjoy playing against Katie Brady. Um, she's just such a like firecracker, and they were pretty good. The only team that we lost to in round robin was Rack Attack, who I don't know if you ever seen Riel Leaf play. Um, I feel like arguably has the fastest throw in all of anyone that was there.
Really?
That and maybe that was she was just turning it on during our game. No, I'm just kidding. She whipped it, and I was like, all right, yeah, yeah, yeah. And I had played with her once in Canada. We played together at one of like a kickoff or a midseason or something. And I knew she was amazing then, but like girl throws heat. Fang looked great. I mean, arguably, like they almost took us down in like round our first round of playoffs. Um, they all play really well together, and yeah, I mean, all the teams kind of there was no team that was like, oh, that's like a team you can walk over. Like you had to prepare and you had to like not take any team for granted, which is why I love this tournament because sometimes during other tournaments you can be like, whatever. This tournament, you're like, no, you have to try
Yeah,
everything
literally.
every time.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. Man, when I was watching, so I talked about it on the podcast, but I was like, yeah, it's NBA playoffs. Like, I'll watch the thing, but like probably like on my phone, I'll have the games pulled up on either my iPad or the TV. And I have had like really bad phone the last 2 years around this time because I'm not at the thing, but I actually had the NBA games on my phone and we did a watch party for like fucking 12 hours and going through and watching everyone. And I mean, I knew of Katie Brady, and I remember her from Minnesota, not this past tournament, but the one before. And just like I looked over and I saw her throw, I'm like, who the fuck is that? That's insane.
Yeah,
I didn't realize how good she is defensively, and like she's like on the ground squaring up to every single ball. Like she's an all around amazing player.
very small, can get really small, and quick off the back line. Yeah, she's sick. I actually got to play with her in Westerns, which was a dodgeball tournament in God, where was that? In Calgary in like 2023 maybe. Uh we put like a fun team together and we ended up winning it all, but I was like she's like the kind of player that you play with and you're just like god, you're so fucking sick. Like I just want to like I just want to like keep up with your crazy energy, and like she brings that to her team. So she's one of my faves.
Yeah, I was really familiar with a lot of these Canadian teams. Maybe not so the players. Like I've seen them, but I didn't really know their names. But after watching the thing, like really watching it, most of the series, I really want to go back now and watch Canada and Worlds 2 years ago because I think now I will definitely know most of those players and like I can actually watch it and be like, that's this player, that's this player. But I mean, those Canadian girls, all the girls and guys that were there this past weekend, just amazing players.
So sick. Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the championship. Frenzy plays Invasion.
Next, no. No, I kind of like what I said before, where it's like invasion doesn't die. You have to kill them. So even though we had a 4-1 lead in the second half, in the back of my head, I'm like, we're not safe. There's nothing safe about this situation. There's 17-ish minutes left. a 3-game lead is nothing on them because they play really well together and they don't panic and they all have each other's backs. And that's kind of, at least like playing against them, that's kind of like what you see. And um I think that's kind of like what happened where, I wouldn't say we got complacent, but I think the shots that were hitting in the first half stopped hitting. And I think they picked up their catching intensity, and they had more of a leash to try different things. Like when you're down, you're clawing your way back up. When you're up, it's a little tougher, right? Because you're like, I don't want to make a mistake that's gonna like somehow put my team at risk of losing. So you start kind of playing a little bit shy. And I think they capitalized on that because of their lack of fear of losing, because they had nothing to lose, whereas we had a lead to lose. Um, so I think things we could have done differently is just been a little bit more strategic with like who we were targeting, taking a little bit more of an offensive approach, countering a little bit smarter, those types of things.
Just from my perspective, and we were kind of talking about it the other day, but I was like, I think just you guys got Sam Greco'd, honestly, second half.
I mean, Sam Greco won us in 2024 when I was coaching at Worlds. She single-handedly like won the game against Hong Kong. I've seen Sam go ape shit. So I as soon as she got one, I was like, oh god, here we go. And it was just, I mean, yeah, she becomes a black hole, and she's amazing. And there's no other player in the world. I've played against the top players all over the world. There's nobody like her. Which, like, thank God she's on the
On US.
on our soil and nowhere else. But she's just amazing. She's been amazing forever.
Yeah, I mean, I went through last night, rewatched the finals. I am not LA Stat Crew, but I did do Sam Greco stats. And Sam Greco in the first half, she had one hit. She was thrown at 8 times, and she got out 4 of those times with 0 catches. The score going into the second half was Frenzy 3, Invasion 1. In the second half, Sam had 3 hits. She got thrown out 12 times. She got out twice of those, and she made 5 of those catches. So if you're catching a ball on average every single game, and you get a few more hits in, and you only get out twice from that, like that's really good survivability rate. But Frenzy in the second half only won 1 game, and then Invasion won 4. So the script totally flipped.
And you could feel it. I mean, it just the energy shifts when a team is catching like that. And I think um Invasion does just like such an amazing job of timely catches. I mean, Kate catching a fingertip like it's those types of catches that it's just like you can't even I'm not even mad. Like I can't even be mad. Like they stepped up in the moment that they needed to, all of them, and it's just like hats off to them. Like they had to play like that to win, and they did it, and it worked.
And it came down to the last game too. So Invasion wins 5-4. The I don't know who the last three in wasn't for Invasion, but it was Sam Greco, maybe Kate.
It was Sam, Katie, uh, probably Kate, somebody else, and say we were down 4-3 people, and Sam threw at Karen, and I thought it hit Karen and popped up, which is why I tried to catch it because I was like, shit, I'm trying to save her, and I ended up dropping it, and turns out Karen like blocked it, so I wouldn't have. gone for it had I known that, but I was like facing this way, and all heard was like pop, and I was like, oh, I gotta save my teammate, and then I ended up dropping it. But that's what it comes down to sometimes, like these close matches. It's like something like that.
Yeah, literally. Cause I watched it last night and I'm like, oh no, that's how Brenda got out the last game. Like that sucks. That sucks.
Yeah, it's there's nothing else you can say. It's just like thought I was saving my teammate, ended up killing myself.
Yeah, but congrats to you guys for getting to the championship. You have a few championships, or I don't know if that's how you say it. You have a few medals from the thing under your belt. Invasion did a really good job, so congrats to them.
Hell yeah.
All right, let's move on to questions from me. I got a bunch, and then we got a ton from the people. A lot from Katie Sanchez. All right, my first question: how did you get into dodgeball, and how long have you been playing?
I had a friend, I lived in LA, who was like, hey, I'm in this gay league in WeHo. Like, this was 14 years. So I've been playing for 14 years, about 14 years ago. And she was like, come, it's so fun and whatever. And I just remember showing up, subbing for her team, not really even knowing like what I was getting into. And I literally fell in love with it like that night. And I've been playing for 14 years
And
since
WeHo
then.
was no sting too, right?
Yeah.
Wow, 8v8.
Oh God. No, I think it was like 20v20. I mean, it was crazy. It was like just in the tiniest gym and loud because the music's playing, and it was like electric. It was a lot of people on the court. I remember that.
It sounds like it. There's a league in Connecticut, 20v20 foam, like the shittiest foam balls you can imagine. I don't even know what they are, but they're god awful. And yeah, just a ton going on. Played it one time. We won the whole thing. They're like, "Hey, you want to come back?" I'm like, "Absolutely not. You could literally not pay me to come back." Like, I had the worst experience here. Thanks, but no thanks. But
And
no,
then
well, I never went back. No, fuck that.
something else pulled you back in.
Yeah, yeah. All right, my next question. Do you remember your first tournament?
I was trying to remember some of these get mixed up in my head because it's been so long, but I think my first ever tournament uh was with Money Shot, and I want to say that was 2016, 2017, maybe. Because I didn't get into like tournament playing, team playing until a couple of years after I started playing at WeHo. Um, there was a women's league in LA, which still exists, called No Boys Allowed, and it's where I met uh, Brianna. It's where I met a bunch of other people. I think Kate was even playing at that time. All the legends were playing at that time. I had no idea what any of this was, but I was athletic. Like I you know played college sports, and so I was like just out there having a great time. And Brianna was actually like one of the first people that like approached me and was like, hey, like we're gonna put like a tournament travel team together. We're gonna play at these tournaments, and we're forming a team. And it's a bunch of other players that have since retired. But um, I think that was, if I'm remembering correctly, that was like the first time. I think it's 2016.
Who was on Money Shot at the time for that tournament?
Okay, I'm gonna name some people. You probably have never heard these people. So Heidi Chambers, who has slash had the best arm in all of anyone. I mean, cannon and tall. She was like a softball pitcher. So Heidi would throw a ball at you and you were dead. Like you were dead. So we had Heidi, we had Katie Walker, um, Sybil, Helen. Who else was on that team? Oh, uh, her name was Carolyn Suchi. Um, shoot, I better not be forgetting people, or I'm gonna get some. hate,
Brianna.
but yeah, Brie, yeah, of course, Brie. um, yeah, and like we were kind of we were not. I mean, at that time, Team USA dodgeball existed. It was, it was Kate, it was Nicole Chasen, it was Azalea, it was Erica, it was Brittany Mastro, it was like these household names of players that were just. It was Rolina. They were amazing, and they've been playing for so long, and they were just like, here we come as like, hey, like let's put this team together. Like we're all pretty athletic. Like we're gonna have a great time, and um, we ended up doing pretty well.
That's awesome. I when I first started playing dodgeball, I got pretty lucky. We had a trampoline park, actually called Flight, one town over from where I used to live, and they would host a tournament like I think once every 3 or 4 months. So I mean, that's where I started playing the summer I graduated high school. So I would just play there all the time. They would host tournaments, and I got hooked from there. But man, other than that, we would go up to Boston and we would play like a lot of players used to play in like Davis Street, Dave's team. Um, like, and then we would play Shooters, who was like
Yeah,
Mikey when he was like
throwback.
14 and his parents would drive him to the Sky Zone. And just a bunch of other, really good teams that lived in the Boston area. And we would get absolutely dog walked. And it would be like only playoffs, no round robin, double elimination. We would get like completely dog walked, maybe get 10 outs and the entire tournament, and then just drive 2 hours home. And I was like, we're getting better at this. Like, I'm not good at this. Like, I need to get good at this.
And a lot of the times it's when you get like bitch slapped that you're like, I love this. Like I want to get good at this.
Yeah, literally, literally. So yeah, that's when I start taking it more serious.
Yeah.
But let's move on to the next question. Can you talk about your elite days? What teams did you play on, and who were some memorable teammates?
Yeah, I mean, Elite was money shot. So before everything turned from Elite Dodgeball to USA Dodgeball, I was on money shot, and um maybe Finesse was 1 year of Elite. Now that I'm remembering, I think that's true. Um Memorable teammates, I mean, all the people I just listed and like everybody that was on Finesse. And the fact that like most of us are still playing is just like a testament to like how much work we put in and like how much we love it still. um Elite was like the introduction into what does high level dodgeball look like, and I loved how the tournaments were ran. um I felt like at the time like I wanted to be on that level with those girls. And so the only way that you could get on the level with those girls is by playing against them. Um, and yeah, it's like that's just how it was. Like you had to beat them. Like you had to be better than they were to even get like recognition.
And that's also you guys got to practice against them a lot living out in LA. Like when I first started playing dodgeball, there was one other team in Connecticut, pretty good. When the team I was on wouldn't go out to tournaments, I'd be like, hey, can I play with you guys? And I'm like, yeah, sure, of course, no problem. But other than that, like I'm showing up at a Sky Zone, um, paying $15 to play 2 hours against someone who's 40 years old or like a 12-year-old child. So I'm like, I'm not getting better here. But I mean, when you get to play against, all those phenomenal players that you mentioned on a weekly basis, like it really shows.
You had no choice to get but to get better.
Yeah,
Like if you were
literally.
just going to keep showing up. I mean, I like in kind of like preparation for this pod, I was like looking through my old pictures and just like pulling stuff up. And I mean, I have pictures from a practice in 2017 where it's literally me, Karina, Brianna, Azalea, Nina, Brittany. and then it's like Nate and Vince and who else was in that picture? Glenn. I mean, Jeremy. It's like just the household names, like the pre-COVID household names of like dodgeball, like royalty. And that's who I got to learn from and practice with. Um, so I feel so lucky that I got to like experience that because I would not be who I am as a player without those moments, like those practices, like just the grind of it all.
That's awesome. I think it was this past nationals where I realized like everyone from Arizona. I'm like, holy shit, all these players are from Arizona. Like 2 years ago, I was like, wow, all these players are from Seattle. That's why they're all really good. And then I'm like, holy shit, all these players are from Arizona. That's why they're really good. And then hearing you talking about all the players that you used to practice and play against, it's like, yeah, there's a reason why they're all really good, and they still are.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy.
All right, next question. Can you talk about your Sky Zone days and how did that lead into your UDC experience? Also, did you started at WeHo? Did it go WeHo Elite Sky Zone or WeHo Sky Zone Elite?
I only ever played, I mean, Sky Zone was not like a big dodgeball thing for me. Whereas like for Crystal, she like used to work there. And so like that's kind of how she got her dodgeball start. But for me, like my UDC experience, and this like you're probably gonna laugh, but like my UDC experience changed the trajectory of my dodgeball career. Um, and the funny part about it is like, so back in the day, there were smaller tournaments that were ran all the time in LA. And a lot of them were used as like Team USA fundraisers. So it would be like 4v4s, it would be who like random mixes of teams put together, and like you could just sign up for it and whatever. And I remember there was a 4v4 tournament, a fundraiser, and there was it was mixed. It was like two guys, two girls. And I was on a team with Crystal, Xander, and Brody.
Oh my
So our
God.
team was sick. Like we brought this team, and we were so excited. And um, after that, there was I think we made like the semifinals. Like we played against Nate's team. Like it was crazy. Then they did a random draw women's 2v2, and I got drafted to play with Rachel Rodia. I don't know if you remember Rachel, but
I saw a
well,
picture maybe.
yeah, Rachel, another cannon, arguably one of the best corners of all time. Pop that. She was phenomenal. But I got randomly drawn to play with her. And it was around this time that like I was starting to get better, and I was starting to get like noticed by the household names, and being paired up with Rachel, she mentioned something about, oh, like we're doing a they're talking about doing like an Arizona like trampoline team for the women's UDC. So it was like the first year they were going to do women's UDC. And she's like, we're trying to like fill our roster. Like we got Katie Sanchez already because it was like supposed to be where you were from, right? So there was like LA teams, Arizona teams, yada yada. So she's like, we're trying to fill out our roster. So far, we've got me and Katie Sanchez and Sam Greco, and we're trying to find a couple more, but like most of the other Pop That girls already have teams. Would you like want to play with us? And it was the first time I was like, oh my God, like the cool people want me to play with them. It was like one of those moments. And this was so long ago. They're probably going to laugh when they listen to this, but I was like, so just like, oh my God, they want to play with me. Like, that's amazing. And Lauren Hoffman was on the team too, and she was on Pop That. I don't know if you remember Lauren, but I mean, talk about like a black hole. You throw a ball at Lauren, she's like, got it, easy. So we brought this team together, and um, it was called Loft, and the name stands for layout for that. So basically, when I was in college, I played softball. I had a coach. I played outfield, and her motto was always like, you gotta lay out for that. Like, you gotta die for it, lay out for it. And so like they thought it was the funniest thing because I was like, yeah, I mean, I'll lay out for that. Like, if a ball comes out and it's on a trampoline, like I'll dive for it. I don't care. And so that's how Loft was born. And I know that's a question that's like later on, and I'm kind of giving you the spiel right now. But to this day, we still like we have a Loft like hand signal. Like we still do this to this day. And that was almost what, 8 years ago. So that was sort of like the UDC experience kind of like blossoming me into this like, oh, like I am worthy. I have made it. Like my hard work has paid off. And like people who I looked up to are recognizing that. And it was just such an amazing feeling. And yeah, it just kind of kickstarted everything for me.
So how many times did you go to UDC?
Women's was only that 1 year.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Wow. What year was
Yeah.
that?
2018.
So was that in Orland Park?
Yeah.
Wow.
The Chicago one.
The
Yeah.
Fusion one, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
No shit.
And
I
we
didn't
and we
realize
always
that.
joke about it because we're like we came in third place and we we joke about we're like we were the best third place team of all time. Like
We made history.
we made history. We were up 2-0 and we lost that game and like best third place team of all time.
What, who won that year for the ladies?
Their team name was Vendetta and it was Paige, Angelique, who still plays, um, Tanya, Ashley Cook, and Rolina, I want to say. So it was
Wow.
a mixture of like badasses.
I think Invasion made like an Instagram account today and it just popped up on my suggestion. I clicked on it and it was like two throwback pictures from like 2012. And it was most of the girls who are still currently on Invasion. I'm like, holy shit. And a lot of them
They
do
are
not look any different.
they're ageless wonders.
Insane. Insane. All right, my next question. Do you think UDC could be a thing today if they brought it back? If the answer is no, what would they have to do to change?
Yeah, I think they could bring it back exactly the way it was. The fact that it was a best of that it was a 3-minute game and a best of five. The only thing that's kind of crazy about that is like we flew all the way to Chicago and we played like a total of like 11 minutes. Like something crazy like that.
That's insane.
And probably they would need more courts and they would need more like round robin games and stuff like that. But uh they could totally bring it back. And I think, you know, with the way that dodgeball is right now, and like especially on the men's side with like those athletic boys, like they be flying around those courts like crazy, like they used to. It would still be a high level tournament, I think.
I agree with that. I think I don't think you could do foam. I think you would attract more players if it was foam.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never played foam on a trampoline, so I don't know.
I used to play 8.25, like the shitty foam balls that you just want to catch every single ball that gets thrown at you.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, no, I mean, I do think it could be a thing today. They had to lose out on so much money over the years, just
yeah,
with all the prize pools. But I thought the whole idea was super cool, and I was able to go 1 year to Vegas in like 2015. So like I just hopped on the other Connecticut team because the team that I was on, we didn't want to put a team together. Went to Vegas, had a sick time. I was 18. Didn't really get to play a ton, but like I did play and I made some pretty cool, catches and throws. But yeah, I had a blast. It was the first time I ever got drunk. I tried to go to a strip club. The guy's like, dude, you're like 14 years old. Like, just go home.
no, I'm 18.
Yeah, literally. And I'm just like, the next day, I'm like, why did I do that? Like, why would like I'm 30. I've still never gone to a strip club. Have no intentions of wanting to go. Like, no thanks.
Okay, if UDC comes back though, maybe. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna find that guy, the bouncer.
Yeah,
All right, next question. Can you talk about your Team USA World experience?
sure. I mean, 2018 was the first year that they had a combine, and I remember getting invited to it. This was pre-UDC. So there was the combine and then the Team USA team was announced and I didn't make it. And I was pretty upset, but I also was like, I immediately messaged Kelly Salamoni, who still runs USA Dodgeball in the women's, and I sent her a Facebook message and I was like, what do I need to do to make this team? Just flat out asked for like specific feedback and she gave me a couple things and I was like, great, I'm going to work on it, come back next year and I'm going to make this team. And it really like lit a fire under my ass. And I studied the game. I practiced like even more than I was practicing before. Um, the 2018 women's team had a lot of LA players and they would have practices a couple times a week. And I showed up to all of them. And I was like, I'm going to make it my goal to fuck them up. And that was always going through my head. I was like, I need to be better than they are because I need to come to tryouts in 2019 and be so good that they can't leave me off. Um, and so I did, and I trained like crazy, committed to it 100%. Um, Came back 2019. I actually tore. So this is why I don't play no sting anymore. I was at a tournament, and it was like maybe 2 months before the combine in 2019, and I was like, I'm in the best shape of my life. Like I'm like ready for this. And I was playing mixed no sting and I tried to block a ball and I had two balls in my hand. And Daniel Ronk threw a ball so hard
Oh,
at me and I blocked it and it tore two ligaments in my thumb, in my throwing hand. And at first I was like, oh, I just jammed it, whatever, like it's fine. And then I couldn't move my thumb. And I was like, oh my God, like, did all my hard work just like go out the window? And I had surgery like a week later because it was not going to heal on its own. And I had a cast on and I trained through it and I worked out with the cast on. I mean, just as relentless as I was before. And I was like, even though I can't like throw right now, like I'm going to train rotation. I'm going to train all these things. I'm going to be in such good shape that like hopefully by the time the combine rolls around, I'll be able to throw. And if I can't, I'll just get out of the way of every ball. So a couple months rehab like crazy. Got to the point, I was doing hand therapy, got to the point with my therapist that I was like a week away. And she's like, you're at like 75%. And I was like, is it enough that like I could just wear a brace and like throw and I would be okay? And she's like, I'm not going to tell you not to. She's like, you might be at risk of re-tear, but like you've come this far, you might as well, you know, go for it. So that's what I did. I got like one of those really intense like thumb braces that basically like completely immobilizes your thumb joint. So I was throwing like two seam fastballs with no thumb. I was just
yeah.
like, whatever, I'll do whatever I can. I don't even remember doing uh, the like, what's it called when you throw and someone like gets your miles per hour. I'm blanking.
Like the clapper
Gun,
speed.
like, yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't even do that. I was like, I can't, I know I'm not gonna throw it that hard, but like put me in a game and like I know how to place the ball.
hmm
And that's what I did. And I came out 2019, made the roster, and haven't looked back since.
First, okay, I got like a few things. So Dane
Yeah.
Ronk, like that's a crazy fucking arm still to this day. Ball
Yeah.
blocking, no staying with two balls, like one in each hand is crazy work. Crazy work. I feel like no.
Yes. No, I'm saying yes. Like that, I
Yeah.
haven't picked up a no sting ball since that day because I was like, I could totally block this. So stupid.
Also, so was it like the thumb brace that has like that metal behind it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to play it with the same thumb brace probably for 8.5 and I hated it. Hated it, hated it, hated it.
You have no, like, you can't use it. You can't use your thumb, which is the point.
Literally, that's it.
Yeah,
And one last question to add to that too. So even if they told you no, like you're going anyways, right?
to the combine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
absolutely,
still
no matter
throwing, yeah,
what.
exactly, yeah. Like I don't know you like well, but I'm like she would still go.
I totally would have gone,
Yeah,
no matter what.
as you should.
Yeah, it was my dream. I was like, this is a dream I've had, and I worked so hard for it, and I'm not gonna like not give it what I can right now. And it
Yeah.
ended up being fine.
Do you still have like bad finger injuries or anything lingering from that?
Better knock on several pieces of wood. I actually ended up, so I played in Worlds that year, and I ended up having to have a second surgery after Worlds because I had like so much scar tissue built up, um, that they had to go in and like remove it. But I mean, I have a little bit of a little anchor in my thumb that sometimes still clicks. That's kind of funny. But other than that, knock on wood, I'm good.
That's great. That's great. So how many times have you gone to Worlds?
Twice as a player and once as a coach.
Why did you choose to go as a coach the last cycle?
So in 2023, I suffered a couple pretty bad like foot injuries. Um, and I tried as best I could to rehab to get to try out, but it just wasn't in the cards. I had like some pretty bad Achilles stuff and um broke a bone in my foot, and it was just kind of like, you know what? This is something I can't work through. Like a thumb, you can tape it up and you're like, whatever. Feet, Achilles, I can't move, I can't jump. I'm worthless. So I decided that I wanted to help in a different way, and I chose coaching for that year.
That's fair. I respect it because you're definitely like, I want to be there, but I know I can't be there, but I still want to be there. So I'm going to give whatever I can to this team.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you talk about the process of how to even make Team USA and why is it so incredibly hard to make?
Yeah, I mean, so like the first time I made it, I had to be better than people that were already on the team. And I think that I think is a lot of what people don't realize. Is like you get invited to the combine, like that's awesome. Like that's an accomplishment. But you're not going to make the team unless you're better than someone that's on the team. And whether that's better in I don't know. You know, you got to be an overall player, and you have to be fearless. Like as a coach, I couldn't put someone on the court that I thought was like scared to be there. As a player, I don't want anyone on a team next to me that I think doesn't think they deserve to be on the court. You show me doubt, get off the court. I can't play with you. I don't trust you. I think that's what people need to realize is like Team USA is not your local rec league. Team USA is like you're playing against the best of the best around the world. The people that dedicate their lives to it, that are practicing all the time, that are training all the time, that are watching film all the time. Like it's not for the weak. And that's why it's so hard to make the team. And it's also why people who grind to make the team are usually the ones that stay on the team. You know, like I think of Hashi as like a prime example of this. Like in 2018, he was an alternate and then literally ended up being like one of Team USA's best players. That even that year. And look at where he is now. He's still the best, I believe, the best player in the world.
Yes, 1,000,000%.
8 years later, he's still the best player in the world. And that's not for he just is given that. That's because he works his ass off for it. Like that's what it takes. And I do feel like not everybody understands that.
I totally agree with you. I mean, I was honored to even make the practice squad. And we'll see what happens in a few weeks here. But I've had a ton of people ask me like the entire process, and it took me like a while to even figure it out, listen to podcasts, talk to people who are, were on the team or still are on the team. And my friends will ask me, I'm like, dude, it's insane to even make the practice squad. Like these players that you see that actually like go out to, you know, uh, Graz and Canada and Cancun, like they're phenomenal players. Even the players that aren't playing, like they're phenomenal players. They'll bust your ass. They know all your weaknesses. Like they work harder than you. Like if you think you work harder than them, you're insane.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Next question. What world cycle was the most memorable for you and why?
Cancun for sure. I mean, we won gold
Who,
and it
who
was
was who was
amazing.
on that team with you?
Uh, Paige, um, Azalea, Kate, Katie, Rachel, Ashley, Crystal, Brianna, Joanna, Cece, and I think that's it.
Wow. All goats. This
Literally.
is crazy. And they're also really good players.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Next question. What advice would you give to yourself when you first started playing dodgeball?
Get ready to spend a lot of money on this thing. Yeah, basically that. Save your money.
I don't even want to know how much I've spent on just dodgeball overall the last 13, 14 years. It's got to be an absurd number.
I can't look. I won't look until I'm done.
I waited till the very last minute almost to go buy my flights for Tempe. Oh my Lord. From Connecticut. Yikes.
I don't envy you. I drove
You drove? Well, how long was it of a drive is it for you?
5 hours from San Diego. So easy.
That's not bad. As a truck driver,
Mm-mm.
like I do that for sure.
Yeah, I love to drive too. So I'm just like, whatever, put me in the car for 5 hours. I don't care.
Yeah, put on some podcasts. That's all.
Yeah.
All right, my next question. Favorite ball type, least favorite ball type, and why?
Foam, best, ghosting, least, wide, thumbs.
How many times have you played 8.5? Because when I was listening to the 2019 pod, you were talking about it at the time.
I played a couple times. Um, so Kelly used to run these tournaments called the Dodgeball Invitationals. And she would have you would literally play foam, no sting, and 8.5 in like one tournament in one day. Or it might have been over 2 days. I can't remember. I know your face is like, what?
Wow, holy shit.
hmm So I got exposed to playing it there. Actually, I really fuck with cloth. Like I enjoyed it. I've played it a few times. I played it in Tempe, and I was like, I get it. I get why people like this. No sting I will never understand. I that's all I used to play. I won't even touch it now.
That's fair. I hate these Batten balls. Sorry, Batten, if you're listening, or whoever loves Batten hosting balls. I hate them. Like, there's a tournament coming up in Ohio. Like, actually, it's literally this weekend, and
Mm.
and I was like, do I go? I'm like, no, man. Like,
Save your hand, save your money. You have tryouts in 2 weeks.
yeah. I'm like, nah, I can't go. Like, I used to love nose thing. I'm of the opinion now that it's foam or nothing. Like, literally, will
Mhm.
not touch another ball. All right, my next question. What's the biggest challenge you face in dodgeball so far?
I think where I'm at right now, it's uh injuries and just like staying healthy. I mean, I take care of my body really well. Um, but yeah, I think that's like a big challenge is just kind of like knowing when to push, knowing what's important, like what tournament's important, how to prep for it. Yeah.
I feel like I'm kind of in the same boat there. Like I can't point to any like major like dodgeball related injuries, but I feel like I'm always just like managing an injury. Like I can't get ahead of it.
Yeah. Well, take time off from playing and just like rehab. And I have honestly like I have a rehab team. Like I have people that I've been working with to help me keep my body right for like the last however many years, and without that I would be toast.
Yeah. I mean, do you have so much experience, not only just playing for a long time, but like high level experience too? So I can only imagine.
It can get hairy out there.
All right, my next question. Do you have any role models slash mentors in dodgeball community or someone you looked up to when you first started playing dodgeball?
Yeah, a lot. I am not who I am without like Kate and Azalea and Bree, and I'm not like the player I am without Kelly like believing in me. Um, I think when I first started playing, it was like watching those players like Brittany, like Rachel, all of those amazing like teams, and just being like, wow, like I want to be them one day. Like I look up to them. And then people like Katie Sanchez, Kate Gong, Azalea Donchi, just like believing in me. And it was like in 2019 Worlds where I was just like, I felt the support, and I felt like they knew like they could trust me. And I like, yeah, that just simply put, like I wouldn't be where I am without all of them.
Do you have any role models or mentors now? Or people maybe that you check in with and you're like, hey, I need you, like, tell me straight. Like, I need to hear it.
Yeah, I talk to Kate and Katie almost like daily. We keep each other in check. Um, I like role models wise, like honestly, like I see Shota and I'm like, he is what every player should want to be, where it's like he started out and just traveled and like committed himself to it, and now look where he is. So like I still have role models of players that are playing currently that I'm just like, God, like you're amazing. Like you're so good for this sport. You're so good for like bringing attention to it, and like everybody should find somebody that they're like, wow, like I really look up to that person, and like ask them questions and stuff like that. And I definitely feel like the dodgeball community is a lot more friendly now than it used to be.
Yep.
Like truly. Um, but yeah, and I think it's a lot easier to like get in contact with people. And I think people are much more willing to like give you um feedback and help you grow and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think social media nowadays is like awesome too because I mean, when we first started playing dodgeball, Instagram was just pictures. Now it's videos, and you can DM people. And Shota has like 20,000 followers, and he's posting these crazy videos. And um, again, I think the dodgeball community is much more welcoming now.
Definitely.
Uh, all right, next question: build your dodgeball Mount Rushmore of goats.
Wow. Uh how many do I get?
Four.
Four. Okay. Can be international as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Kate is number one. She's the smartest dodgeball player that's ever played. You want to learn how to be a good dodgeball player, you go talk to Kate. So for like brains and like everything like that, Kate's number one. Uh Jess O'Quinn from Canada. Uh I'm gonna try to pick as many international people. I get four? Oh, okay. Carolyn Lee from Australia, one of the best players I've ever played against in 2019. She dropped a ball on my head. I was like, I'm just gonna quit. Like I was like, I got a block perfect right on top of my head. I was like, cool, cool. Um, Karina. Arguably, top to bottom, from start till now, Karina is the most consistent and best player I have ever played with or against.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. It's a good four. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like my Mount Rushmore of goats always changes, just because I have guests on, and then I hear their point of view, and I'm like, they make a really good point. I will say that doing my research before I had you on, Brenda, you have to be on the Mount Rushmore goats. 1,000,000%. 1,000,000%.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome. When I was doing my research, I'm like, you went to Worlds how many times and you won how many tournaments? And I'm just like, holy shit. Like, there's just a laundry list of accomplishments. And we'll go through it soon. But yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
You're welcome. My next question, where do you see dodgeball going in the next 5 to 10 years?
I don't know, man. Here's my thing. If we can get every tournament looking like the tournament they just threw in Mexico, dodgeball's going in a great direction. If we can get the people that we know as the dodgeball celebrities to be celebrity outside of our little echo chamber, dodgeball's going to grow. Um, so it's hard to say because, like, where do I want it to go? It should be an Olympic sport. It should be more well known than it is right now. But I don't know. I don't know what it's going to look like. Will I probably be still playing in 5 years? Yeah, I got to at least make it to to Katie Sanchez. Got to beat her. I got a few more years left. But yeah, I think the foundations are being set. I don't know what it's going to look like, but I do have high hopes.
You have to be playing until the 2030s. That way you could say that you've played in 3 decades and you're like
Done.
Olympic mellow.
Come on. That's easy. Give me a hoodie. Give me a hoodie. I'll hoodie mellow all over these children.
Yeah, it's funny because Steve Damon asked you the same question 7 years ago, and it is tough because I mean that was 1 year before COVID, so I think a lot has changed before then, after then. Um, it's awesome to see all these leaks popping up all over the country. It's awesome to see people blowing up on social media. More and more dodgeball podcasts are coming out. There was like that tournament, what, in Mexico a month ago that Armando helped out run, and more streaming. There's really big Canadian tournaments, Dodgeball Toronto, Dodgeball.live. Like it's there, it's there. I think the money needs to be there, but it's there.
Yeah. Yeah. All these things have to exist before someone wants to put money into it. So I think we're on the right track.
Yeah, totally agree. All right. My next question: what keeps you motivated to continue playing at such a high level?
There's nothing that compares to the feeling of winning a gold medal at Worlds. And I want that again.
It's a really good answer.
Thank you.
I have nothing to follow up on that. All right, my next question. As someone who's won Worlds in 2019, played in 2022, coached in 2024, won multiple elite and national titles with teams like Money Shot, Finesse, and Invasion, ranging from the years 2017 to 2024, won the Thing in 2022, has won multiple Toronto clashes and kickoffs with Valkyrie. Is there anything you haven't accomplished yet that you would like to?
Oh God, I've been playing for a long time, haven't I? um, yeah, I breaking news. I would like to be the first person to win a gold medal in cloth and foam. Unless the cloth girls win and Bree takes that first this year, but I would love that.
The only player to do it. Nate Kreider tried doing it a few years ago.
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be.
So
I mean, what else is there to
giving it,
do?
yeah, that's it.
Literally, that's all I can think of. When I'm typing this question, I would took 5 minutes, for all of your accomplishments to put down in the notes. But I'm like, what would she say?
Cloth.
Cloth. Cloth
Yeah.
gold. All right. Next question. Do you have any hobbies other than dodgeball?
No. Just kidding. Sports. I love sports. Going to games. Um, I have an amazing partner who we live together with our cat, and we we go to the movies a lot. I love going to the movies. Like movie theater popcorn is like my I have like a third stomach for that. Um, I like to work out, love to listen to podcasts and music. Um, yeah, right now a lot of physical hobbies. Um,
Kind of leading right into the next question. What is Body by Brenda?
oh, that's my business. So I am a personal trainer. I've been doing that for about as long as I've been playing dodgeball, honestly. It's my full-time gig. I've trained a lot of dodgeball players actually. Um, yeah, so I train people from all walks of life. Um, Dodgeball players, tennis players, older adults, help people stay healthy. It's the best job in the world.
Are you still at the same gym from 7 years ago?
I'm not. I lived in LA back then, and I live in
Oh,
San
yeah, yeah,
Diego
yeah.
now. Um, but yeah, it's way more now full time than it was back then. Back then, it was just like, yeah, I coach some classes and whatever. Now I'm just like, nah, I run my own business.
I love to hear it.
Yeah.
All right. And my last question to you, can you talk about your college basketball career?
I love that you're asking me this because I never get to talk about basketball because people only know me from dodgeball. But like I was a hooper. I'm a left-handed basketball player.
Lefty?
Yes.
Wow.
Shooting guard. Uh yeah, I mean, what was tough for me is as I was, you know, undersized. So for my position, I'm 5'7". Well, I was 5'7". I'm like 5'6" ish now. Um, but back then I was 5'7" shooting guard. And, you know, a lot of girls are taller than me, better at that position. And so I ended up going D3 and um transferred a couple times just to kind of find the right fit. Um, and I ultimately ended up graduating from a college called Whittier College out in LA. I actually I was an assistant coach there for a year after. Um, my college career was interesting because I definitely battled with a lot of injuries back then, um, and didn't know as much as I know now about the body to be able to, I didn't have a lot of great mentors and coaches around me that were kind of like, yeah, you should do XYZ for this injury. They're just kind of like, yeah, are you hurt or are you injured? Oh, you're just hurt. Like put some tape on it and like hop back in the game. And me being 18, I was just like, all right, that's what you're supposed to do. So looking back now, I'm like, yeah, like a lot of those things could have been uh, prevented. But college basketball and the coaches that I had, some good, some awful, prepared me for basically like anything when it comes to sports and especially like in dodgeball. I'm like, no one's gonna yell at me the way that like my college coach yelled at me when I missed a layup. Like, I'm never gonna have to live through that again. But now it just kind of like put that mentality in me of just like no fear, no giving up. Like, you can do anything. I had a coach when I was in college. He was such an asshole, but he'll never listen to this. I was so long ago. But I was 19 and he was like, "Oh, you're past your prime." Like, he was such a
At
fucking asshole.
19?
Yes. And I kept that with me. I'm 35 now. And anytime I start to like dog it or I start to feel like I'm not like pushing myself enough, I'm like, remember like what coach said when you were 19, like you're past your prime. I'm like, no, I'm not. And I just like keep going. But it's like stuff like that. I mean, I'm insane. Like, what do you want me to say? Like college sports makes you
You have to
crazy.
find something. Yeah, 1,000%.
Yeah. But yeah, lefty shooter. I do miss playing basketball a lot. I kind of gave it up when I went kind of full time into dodgeball, just because I was like, I can't risk injury with doing that.
No, I don't blame you at all. I used to play basketball a lot. So I lived in Florida. They had basketball there, but my dad was like, "You're playing baseball." So he lied to me. He said that there was no basketball in Florida. So I'm like, "Okay, cool." I moved to Connecticut and there's
So
like,
now we're just lying.
yeah, right. And I moved to Connecticut and I'm like, "Oh shit, there's seasons. Like, what's winter and fall?" So like there's fall ball for baseball and do not play it. Like you make contact with the ball and the bat and you just immediately your hands are vibrating. You're like, fuck this. Um,
Yeah.
so I started playing basketball. But yeah, I used to love basketball. Not something that I play anymore, but something that I really enjoy watching. But you used to play other sports than basketball?
Yeah, I played softball in college also. And I went to school in New Jersey for a year. So I know that feeling of the reverberation of a ball of a bat to ball. And you're just like, it is 10 degrees and you want me to run now and my hands don't work. Like, yeah. So I played softball and then I also played volleyball.
Wow.
Yep.
Damn. Okay. Okay. All right. That's
Crazy.
all. It really is. I've tried to do my research on all my guests, trying to have like one or two curveball questions in there for them or something that I'm like, you know what? They're on a podcast. They didn't get asked this, or like, I think they'll have a really interesting answer for this.
Okay.
So that was it.
Oh, cool.
All right. That is it from me. Let's move on to questions from the people. We got a bunch. Thank you to everyone who sent them in. First one from Katie Sanchez. What is your fave Bravo show and fave Bravo celebrity?
Yeah. Vanderpump Rules. It's my favorite Bravo show of all time. Um, my favorite Bravo celebrity has got to be Kristen Doty from Vanderpump Rules.
I'm not gonna lie, I have no clue what that is at all. I don't know if that's a
Okay.
show or a channel.
Bravo?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Bravo's a channel, and
Okay.
the Bravo shows are like The Real Housewives of XYZ, and then there's other shows, and my favorite is Vanderpump Rules.
Okay. Okay. I know. Okay. I know what that is now.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Who was more at fault for the Summer House scandal, West or Amanda?
I think they're both shady, so they're both kind of equally at fault. Um, and I think the season that we're watching right now, they're playing in all of our faces. Like they were cheating and doing all that stuff while filming was going on and trying to play it off like they weren't. So I think they're both at fault for that.
Same. Same.
Yeah.
All right, next question. What is the whole story behind Loft?
I kind of went over that. That was the UDC team. Um, so layout for that is what that means.
I'm not gonna lie, I just copied and pasted all of Katie's questions. This next one is crazy.
You don't have to read it if you don't want
I
to.
mean, I have no problem asking the question. Who would you kick off if you could kick off one player off Frenzy? Who would it be?
Katie,
Why don't you like Kate Gong?
because she makes dumb finger catches in finals after going for stupid shit for an entire tournament and getting out, and then all of a sudden in the finals she's like, "Oh, that's pretty cool. I'll catch the ball."
That was a nasty catch, by the way. Like,
Stupid.
why would
She
you even
knows
think to
she's
do that
stupid.
too? Like, that's if I'm Kate and the ball goes over my head, I'm like, hot. But she's like, yeah,
Kate's been
I'm
playing for
snagging this.
46 years. Like, what do you expect? She's gonna go for Kate made a catch in the 2018 World's Final with her legs. She was on her back and she put her legs up in the air and she caught it. That's why I don't like Kate Goff.
That's fair. Next question. Would you want to be a traitor or a faithful?
A faithful because I can't lie, and you can read it on my face if I'm fibbing.
I'm the same way. Choose between Katie Sanchez and Sam Greco.
uh, Depends. Am I getting chased by a zombie or am I trying to win worlds? I'll let you guys figure that out.
Next question. Would you rather give up iced coffee or Diet Coke?
Well, I only drink cold brew, Katie, so iced coffee.
Easy.
Done.
Next question. When you stay at dodgeball friends' houses, who has the best pet?
Well, she's asking me this because Rally, her dog, who I also love and also loves me, um, one time he ate my backpack because I accidentally left some beef jerky in it. So that was my bad. But I would say it's got to be a tie between Rally and Ray's dog, Ollie.
Okay. Next question. What is your biggest dodgeball weakness? Everyone always asks about strengths. Boring.
I'm kind of a shitty blocker,
Ooh.
but I'll always call myself out on finger blocks. And I would also like to say, it's PSA, take your finger block outs, everyone. I know you do it. I don't need to call you out. If you think I'm talking about you, then you're right.
I have a rule of thumb. If I get someone out and they know that they're out, I am hitting you in the face with my very next throw. And
Yeah.
if you look at me, like you know exactly why I did it.
Yeah. I think that's a reason our sport's not growing is because people cheat.
Yeah, I think it's
It
gotten a lot better over the years. I think a big reason though is because everyone is recording. So if you cheat, there's like six different GoPros and phones on you with six different angles.
You would think.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, next question. What do you think of the changes to the USA Dodgeball tournament formats and rules?
I think there's things that need to be ironed out. Um, I like change. I like new things. So it's fun. I like that the rules are a little bit more akin to UDC, to be honest. Like 3 minute games is kind of fun. Um, but it's really hard to show up to a tournament when not even the refs really know the rules. And that's of no fault of like anyone really. I think we're all just kind of trying to um do one thing at a time and it's a lot. But yeah, I think there's a lot of things that need to be ironed out. But I do like the idea of something new.
I can agree with that. I think that the board is doing a really good job. I think Nicole and Dustin Harwood and everyone else on that board, I think they're doing an amazing job taking criticism, asking for what everyone who's playing in it wants to hear.
Totally.
I will answer this question. I think one thing that I would like to see changed from next year is the locations. And I understand why the
Yeah,
locations were changed this year, but I do think there's a reason why there's less and less teams showing up to some of these tournaments. And there's no, shade to like the cities they're in, but they need to be more accessible.
agreed. Agreed. And I mean, I just speak for myself. Like I'm kind of tired of going to the same places over and over again. Uh, but I understand like needing to like foster relationships. So it's kind of like a me problem. But I'd be also super down to like go see some new places.
Yeah. All right, next one. What are you looking forward to most for the USA Practice Combine in May?
Yeah, I think just kind of seeing where we're at in May. And uh every time we do one of these things, it's just like taking more data and more information and just sort of seeing like, okay, what can we build from this? Um, I'm looking forward to, yeah, just kind of seeing everybody and in like a different format than like a tournament. I always like more of a practice style uh gathering anyway. And yeah, the combines are always a chance for, someone who's been working really hard to show their stuff. But I think, one thing I would really like to caution people is like, don't show up to the combine and try to do something that you're not. Like, don't show up and be like, I think I am going to be a right corner today. It's like, okay, but you weren't chosen to be on this team because you played right corner, or you weren't chosen for the practice squad because you were like playing corner. You were chosen because like you're a sick middle. Like, don't play outside of yourself. Like, play well and play comfortably, but don't do too much.
Yeah,
That's
no,
a good piece of advice.
yeah, great advice, great advice. Like the way that, I mean, I personally look at it, I'm like, okay, well, do I think I could maybe steal a spot on the team? Yes, but also looking at positions like I'm never going to play corner, like ever, ever, ever in my life. Like get that out of your head. So like play off ball, learn how to play off ball. And that's what I've been focusing on the last year.
I would, if you told me that offline, I'd be like, that's what you're supposed to
Still on Katie's questions. We got two more.
do. She loves me. What can I say?
How many times did you hit out Kate Sanchez in the Thing final? Did that make losing a little less hard to deal with?
Asshole. I hit her a lot.
You
It,
did, and
it,
Sam was right next to her. That's the only reason why when I went back and watched it yesterday, I realized that.
I was like, if we're gonna lose, I'm gonna go out hitting Katie. I love you, Katie.
All right, and last one from Kate. Could you, yes, could you roster for the Thing be any more Canadian?
Yes,
It could be, yeah, literally.
it could have been.
Was it 5-4?
Hell yeah, I'm bringing a six next time.
All right, on to the next questions from other people. From Sam Greco. Who was your favorite team to ever play with?
She's so shady. Just kidding. It's Loft. It has to be because of this was so hard for me to like choose because every single team I've played on has been like there's like with Valkyrie, for example, like playing in Canada has made me a better player since, becoming a member of Team USA. So like playing with Valkyrie and playing with all of those legends has been a game changer for me. Um, Money Shot, Finesse, Invasion, Frenzy, like I've played with amazing players, but Loft was like the one that kind of like changed everything for me. So there you go, Sam.
Loft. All right, next question from Pierce McKenna. Favorite game that you've commentated?
Oh my god. So I only ever commentated one game or one tournament, and uh it was a mid-season, and Ali V and I were commentating, and we were commentating a mixed game, and I can't even say it without laughing. You know exactly what I'm about to say, I think. But the team name that we were it was the Iowa Fighting Corn versus Barf. And Ali kept saying, and the way that it was spelled was like with like three A's and like two R's and like a million F's. And she just kept saying like barf. And I just like, I don't know if I was just delusional from the day, but every time she'd say it, I would just crack up. And I like had to put myself on mute because I'm like, I'm laughing over this game. Because every time you say it, I'm laughing. So definitely the Iowa Fighting Corn versus Barf game.
I do remember
Yeah.
that. There's a few commentators that like are really good or like commentators that you just remember, and that was one of them. Another one is Jenna D and Jess. Um,
hmm
this was what the not the last Toronto tournament, the one before that. Hilarious. They're so fucking funny.
Yeah, if you have two people that have really good chemistry with each other and bounce off each other, there's like nothing better.
Yeah. All right. Next question from Cynthia Lee. Brenda, how how do you think other people would describe you as a player?
Intense.
Good answer.
Hmm.
Next question. Sorry, it's uh not trying to lose my train of thought or where I'm at right now. How have you approached being a player versus being a captain versus being a
Ooh,
coach?
yeah, I've got a lot of those three under my belt. They're all different, right? Like as a player, you're kind of looking at your captains and coaches to, lead and guide and like show you the way. And as a captain, it's like your responsibility as the on-court leader to keep your cool and to, you know, be that sort of steady force like on the court that everybody can like look to and be like, okay, yeah, like Brenda's cool, like we got this. And then as a coach, you're just kind of looking at everything like holistically and seeing like, okay, like this grouping works really well together for this reason. And this person plays really well when they're next to these two people. So it's more of like the analytics side.
So as
I
a coach,
think.
there's only. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I didn't mean to
Oh,
cut
no,
you
it's
off.
okay. Yeah, yeah,
No.
no, you're good.
So as a coach, there's only so much that you could really do on the sideline. So like, what can you do?
So, for example, like coaching at Worlds, we're kind of seeing certain people getting out the same way, or some certain play that the other team is running that's working really well for them, or they're countering really heavy, or they're running lanes a lot, or they're doing all these things. And so, like, we're kind of like picking up on what they're doing. And then we can sort of deliver that information to the captain and be like, hey, like, their right corner is taking a shot every single time this person throws. Like, so we either need to protect them or we need to call someone else to throw, or certain things like that. That you might feel is happening when you're on the court, but a coach is very much like the person that's like, yeah, like this is what's happening, and like this is how we need to fix it.
And is that something that you're just relaying to the captain, and the captain kind of relays it to the team, or is that like we're huddling and you're the voice in that huddle?
I think if you can call a timeout and you can gather everybody and like present that message, um, or if we're in the middle of a game and the captain is on the court or they get out and they come over and you're like, hey, this is what's happening. Like, let's address this like specific issue right now. Um, but you're kind of you're game managing at the same time as you're like time managing at the same time as you're uh analytics managing, like these types of things. And it takes like a really good coach to be able to see like that type of stuff.
Okay. I've always been super curious about that, just watching everything back because I'm like, these are world-class players who are led by an even better world-class player. So where, like, how does that relationship with the players versus the captain versus the coaching?
I mean, look at it like in basketball, for example. It's like, yeah, the coaches can draw up plays XYZ, but like LeBron James is going to go out and he's going to perform no matter what. But if Redick is like, hey, they're cutting you off here, they're doubling you here, like make the pass early, and he sees that and he relays that to LeBron, well, that opens up a three for somebody else. So it's like kind of you're in game managing and trying to mitigate whatever damage the other team is trying to cause for you or
Hmm.
against you, I guess.
That makes sense. All right, next question. Name your top three smooth brain players.
She's number one, smooth brain. Um, Yeah, she's number one, two, and three.
All right. Next question. What's the most hype dodgeball moment you've had?
Ooh. Worlds 2019. I took out Canada in a 4v1. And that was actually the moment for me that I realized, like, oh shit, like I made it. I'm here. Like I can do this. Um and what's funny is like in that moment, Brittany was our coach at that time, and they had given me all balls, which was so stupid of them. And here's me, like a brand new fresh player. It's my first time, and I like have balls, two balls in my hand. And I like look over at Brittany. I'm like, who do I go for first? This is like that kind of question of like coaching,
Hmm.
right? In a second, she was like, I'm not gonna name names. Like these girls are all my friends now, but she was like that person. And I was like, okay, boom, one hit, one throw, done. And I look at her again and she's like, that person. Boom, single ball, single hit, done. And then by that time, there's two people left. So I just picked the person I was closest to, single ball, out. So three shots, three outs. Now it's me 1v1 versus I think it was Jess O'Quinn. And at that point, now I had given her like two balls or something. And I retreated and it was my turn to throw and she countered early. So I like dropped and blocked and then she countered again and I dropped and blocked. So she had no balls and I had all balls again. I had two balls in my hand and I whale one and she dives. She gets back up. I wait and I just nail her. And I was like, "Oh, I get it now." I'm like, in that moment, I get it. And that was for sure the most hype moment I've ever had.
That had to be an amazing moment. I can only imagine.
I'll find the clip for you. It's pretty
Hell,
crazy.
hell yeah, hell yeah. All right. We got a few. One question from Heidi. What's a misunderstood skill in high level dodgeball? Something casual observers miss, but players obsess over. Choose wisely. Group chats are standing by.
I think she was referring to the group chats part by like picking my favorite team. So like I'm gonna get in trouble for sure because she was my money shot teammate. I love money shot, Heidi. You know that. We all have matching tattoos because we won 2017 nationals together. Okay. Um, a misunderstood skill is it's actually like having a really short memory. Um, and not getting down when your team is down. So it's like being able to pop right back up, like, okay, you're down three games, whatever. Like, that's fine. And just knowing, like, I got the next one. We got the next one.
Yeah, I think that's a really good skill. Happened in Minnesota where we were up, I think 4-1 against outsiders, and then second half happens, and they're kind of whooping our ass, and I call timeout. I'm like, hey, score is 0-0. Like, I don't give a fuck what the score is right now. I thought you
That's
were gonna
all you can
say
do.
I thought you were gonna say lateral movement.
Oh, well, yeah, that too.
I think out of the ladies, I think you have the best lateral movement.
Thank you. I work on it a lot.
You and Brandon Officer, like just crazy lateral movement.
We're bigger. We're bigger, so we have to like. I'm not gonna. I can't like get little, so I have to move. But I don't move too. I don't move big. Like I move quick.
Yeah, yeah, no, it makes sense. I always tell people, I'm like, if you don't have to ball block it, don't ball block it. Like, just get out of the way. And then if you have to ball block it, then you ball block it.
Yeah, and I'm a shitty blocker, so like, I just would rather move.
All right, we got a bunch of questions from Veronica Byard. First question, what does a successful team look like to you?
Ooh, so yeah, V is on Team Canada and she's on Valkyrie as well. So she's also a legend. She's been around forever. Successful team is everybody, you trust everybody, right? Every single person on the court with you, you trust. Um, that they're going to make the right decision, that they have your back. And that's not that easy to come by. Like, you know, it takes years sometimes to develop that chemistry.
Next question from Veronica. What do you value the most when being in, wait, hold on, in art of a team? What do you value the most
Maybe
when,
part of a team,
yeah, probably part of a team. Yeah.
not her leaving out letters. She's a mother. It's fine. She's probably tired.
It's probably me just copying and fucking up the Instagram comment.
Ooh. What do I value the most? The the bonds that you create that last over years of time. Obviously the dodgeball part is amazing and fun, but it's the moments off the court that are, you win together and that's absolutely amazing, but like you travel together, you have Airbnbs together, you have hotels together, you have dinners together, you do all this crazy stuff together. Like that's what really matters in the end.
That was also my bad because she commented literally right underneath it when being part of.
It's your fault.
I'm glad I checked because you actually have more questions. So
Oh, cool.
I would
Okay.
not have seen those. All right. What's your favorite dodgeball moment?
Other than the Team Canada or the 2019 Worlds, favorite dodgeball moment, probably winning nationals with Money Shot in 2017 because we had been clawing our way up. Like we were trying so hard to beat Pop That and Invasion, and we finally did it.
Never forget your first one.
Exactly.
Next question. What is your biggest on-court strength as a dodgeball player?
Uh, Probably throwing, and then like lateral quickness, like getting out of the way, and making like really insane catches.
All right, last one from Veronica. What is your proudest dodgeball accomplishment?
Ooh. Um, I think yeah, making the team, making the USA team in 2019 for sure is my proudest. Yeah, that's definitely it.
All right, we got another one from Cynthia Lee. She asks, "Tell us what your favorite position to play is and why you prefer left corner over right."
uh, Wait, say that again. What's my favorite position to play?
Yeah, and why you prefer left corner over right? Is it just
And
because
why
you have
is
to
it fun?
rush?
um, no, it's because my feet are so big, and on the right side, sometimes like I won't realize like how close I am to the line because my feet are big. But on the left side, I'm like kind of facing inward, so like my feet are like pointed in. And I
Mm,
guess like on the right, I'm kind of like ready to like charge, and my feet can sometimes get in my way. Doesn't help that I wear very like loud red shoes. I wear Kobe's and I'll always wear Kobe's no matter what.
that's fair. That's fair. All right, we got a one, two, three, four, five, six questions from Shade.
Oh, let's go. I don't know what any of these are, so this will be fun.
Yeah, there's one of them here that you're gonna have to think a little bit.
Uh-oh. Oh no. Okay.
All right, the first one's not bad. Which worlds has been your favorite to attend slash compete in?
2019.
Next one, this one's the tough one. Name
Okay.
your dream starting six to play with, aka you and five players.
Oh wow. Of all time? What parameters do we want to put on this?
Name your dream starting six. Yeah, I guess of all time. You could put LeBron in there if you want.
The GOAT. Okay. Dream starting six. Alex Young from Australia. Uh, Probably Cynthia. Yep. Um, Carolyn Lee, also from Australia. Karina. And 2018, 2019, Ashley Cook.
Let's go. Ashley's a go. I need to have Ashley on bromance.
You have to. You have to. People don't know. They don't know. She was insane. I don't know if I mentioned her. I when you asked me the 2019 roster, I think I did, but yeah, she was also on it.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, I can't say enough good things about having the honor to play with Ashley the last 2 years on Flight and Fallout now. Awesome teammate, great player.
Unreal.
All right. Next question from Shade. Which win has been the most fulfilling for you personally?
I'm trying to think of something I haven't talked about already.
This next question is wild.
I'm scared. Which win has been the most? Hmm. So when Finesse was formed, we kind of took players from Money Shot, from like all these different teams, and we formed together. And it was a little controversial at the time because people didn't really do that. But like we all wanted to play together, a bunch of other reasons. But we won the first tournament we ever played together in. And that was in Tempe in 2019, 2018, 2019. That was definitely the most satisfying win. It was foam. I think we won no sting. We might have lost no sting. We won foam that year, that tournament as our first team together. That was for sure.
All right, this is the controversial one.
Oh God.
When are we going to join forces and coach together? So you would have to pick Canada or US, or she would.
I'm not Canadian and you're not American.
Yeah, it's like someone's got to join the dark side.
Oh. Can we just like make a hybrid team?
That'd actually be pretty cool. Like a
That would be
North
sick.
American team.
They did that way, 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 way back when at like the first Worlds, I want to say in 2015, 2014, Hong Kong.
Wow.
It was way before my time, not that long. But that's what they did, was a North American team.
I'm like trying to research like just the USA dodgeball and Team USA history. And other than like ChatGPT and like Google Gemini, like I can't really find anything.
This is my cat. Have you gone on the USA Dodgeball website?
That probably would be a good spot.
Start there. Start there.
Okay, that's didn't think of that one.
It's okay. I got you.
All right. Got two more. What are your top three favorite Canadian snacks?
Ooh, love that. Okay. All dressed ruffles, coffee crisp, and uh Timbits from Tim Hortons.
Okay. All right, last one. This is a really good question. I think I'm gonna start asking people this question. Who's your favorite person to play corner with?
Oh, like on the same side.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. Mm, this is hard. I've played with some incredible corners. Um, shit. There's I'll give you like a top three. Jess Gray on Valkyrie or Jenna. Jess or Jenna. That's one. Um, way back in the early finesse days, Brianna. and probably Grace right now.
Wow.
She's fast as fuck. I'm like, girl, you're so fast. I gotta catch up with you.
Has she been playing for
But
a long time too?
no, she's pretty new. Um, maybe Katie, Grace and Katie for sure.
Hmm.
Katie, because like I know what she's gonna do before she does it,
Yeah.
so it's like a very unspoken thing. Grace, because she's just so goddamn athletic that it's like really fun to play with her. Um, Bree, because I always knew she was gonna do the right thing. Um, and Jess and Jenna because they're just like all stars.
Has there been a player that you haven't gotten the chance to play with yet?
Uh, that I want to.
Yeah, that you're like, we're playing together before one of us retires.
Yes. The Australians. So like Carolyn and Alex Young are like on my list.
For like an API tournament.
We'll see.
All right, that is all the questions I have. That is all the questions that the people had. Thank you for sitting here for 2 hours and letting me pepper you the questions. Let's hit the outro. Do we have any closing thoughts slash shout outs?
Yeah, thank you for having me on here. I think, as an old head, as an unk, as they say, I think it's really important to dodgeball to have us really seasoned vets share our stories and our experiences in this silly sport that we all love so much. Because I think there's so much lore, there's so many things that have happened in the past that I think have gone overlooked and forgotten about. I think, obviously COVID had a lot to do with that. I think, you know, I like that these podcasts exist because I think it's important for people to tell their stories and share why they really care about this so much. So thank you for having me on. I think just shout out to everyone that believed in me to help me become the player I am, and thank you to everyone that has doubted me because that also helped me become the player I am.
Love that. All right. I will give my shout outs. First of all, Big J Man himself upstairs, Jalen Brunson. It's playoffs time, baby. Let's go. Knicks are tied 1-1 right now. We got this. We got this. I've had way too many people. They're like, "Oh, Ryan, the Knicks fucking lost. Blew 14-point lead." It's one game. It's one game. We
It
got
happens.
exactly. Um, my prediction: Knicks win tomorrow night. And yeah, shout out to you, of course, for hopping on. Again, like I've been peppering you for 2 hours here, but you reached out and you're like, would love to hop on. I'm like, yeah, I would love to have you on. This is yeah, when you will hop on. So yeah, thank you for hopping on.
Of course.
And my last question, what's one guest you'd like to see on Bromance?
Um, I think you should have Kate or Katie on. I
Okay.
think I think they have a lot more stories to tell. They've been around and played at more world. I think Kate has played at the most worlds of anybody ever. I
Hey, Gong.
think. Yes. Kate has played
Wow.
at almost every single worlds, I think.
And she played for US too?
Sanchez?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's been on the worlds, or she was an alternate in 2018 and then has since been on ever since. But Kate is basically like worlds is Kate.
She is US Olympics mellow.
Yeah,
Okay.
that is hoodie mellow right there.
You learn something new every day.
Yeah.
And shout out Joey Kramer too. I literally found out like 2 hours ago you guys aren't related.
Shout out Joey.
Shout out Joey. All right, Brenda, that is it. Thank you for hopping on.
Of course. Thank you.
Anytime. Peace.